I've come up with a nickname for this vehicle. This little guy down here. He has been remarkably reliable as my vehicle of choice. He's endured a lot of firepower. He survived all this work on the wall sections and all the trouble I've had to put up with, and just generally functioning like a champ. I've named him originally the Iron Dragon, but I want to name it something a little bit more special. and especially given how much it can often carry and still function remarkably well, I think I've come up to the point that I'm going to nickname this guy. His name is the Iron Dragon, but his nickname will be after one of my favorite YouTubers, Packrat. I will call this particular vehicle, this down here, buried, if it's any, just to make it a little bit more clear. This vehicle right there, basically that's this thing underneath all that stuff, the Packrat. This variant that I've made, I'm nicknaming the Packrat. Because, look at it. Just look at this nonsense on top of it, and just like, nope, I'm good, everything's fine. And it's helped me with building the base, with collecting resources, with assembling all the technology I need, with just getting around in general. And it has survived almost all the trouble that I've put it through, and done so like a champ. I'm really pleased with this vehicle, so I'm nicknaming it the Packrat. It has been an amazingly handy and useful vehicle. And I think we can pursue further objectives utilizing it as needed. I don't think I can really improve on this vehicle all that much. I mean, the frontal shielding is perhaps a necessity that I have decided might be a thing I might end up focusing into, but otherwise, I've got just a pile of junk here I need to sell off and start assembling into my wall. So I'm almost done here. This project is almost complete. I think I just need to like unload the game and reload it so it's had some time to refresh, and maybe sell off some junk in the meantime. But yeah, back to that. I have to comment on something. These blocks, the GSO standard long block, it looks like an ice cream sandwich. It looks like an ice cream sandwich. It's just the way it's colored. It's like it's got a white ice cream core, and then these are the cracker sides. Just chocolate cracker, chocolate soft cracker. I just had to comment on that. I just noticed that, and I'm like, you know, that's kind of funny. But yeah, just ice cream sandwiches. At last, the project is done. I've completed the wall. Oh man, this has been a massive project to do. It took a long, long time, but it is done. The wall is finished. The way is set. Oh man, that took forever. It took several days. As far as anyone is aware, this would have seemed like it just, you know, came out like regular. Given how I've been handling the production, I sat down and just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked on this darn thing. And I am happy I did it, but oh my gosh, this took forever. But hey, we've got a fully functional defensive fortress that will protect us from all harm. I can park up right here and take a nice, relaxing break from all the madness outside of my fortress. Amusingly, on the map, if you look on the map, it's a heart. Unexpectedly a heart-shaped structure, but you know what? I'm fine with that. Home is where the heart is, right? Oh my gosh. Well, I've managed to make the most use of pretty much everything that I've collected thus far, and now all I have is this tower of random parts left. Extra yellow blocks that I've collected and amassed. I think I'm going to use those blocks to build a few structures within this place here, this little base here, and have like specific structures for specific purposes. Like one I'll just make up as like a radar station, because it'll have an actual structure. It'll actually take these 4 radar points on the tower like structure thing going on, these things, and maybe even the extra ordering packages, and serve as my the facility that I use to buy stuff. And then another one is probably going to be the refinery, where it takes all the refining devices here. The stage 1, it's actually, no, it's probably going to take all the refining devices, the regular refineries, the stage 2 refinery, this salvager devices. It'll take it all, but it'll be split into like sections that do different things. So I can stop by one section, drop everything off, and sell it if I want to. Also, I'm probably going to need like a storage facility, which will probably be over here-ish, or something over here. And I'm also going to want a fabricator facility. I'm probably going to set it like right over here. Actually, I don't want to put anything right there per se, because I like that position for possibly parking my vehicle here. Because it'd be a nice spot to just sit it at the far end of the base, just to park it here. The pack rat here. Is there something over? There's something over there that's being like, I'm a red dude, come get me. Fine. If that's what you want. Yeah, come here. You come get me and get obliterated. Yep. That was good. I decided to take all the lights off the walls, mostly because the walls, it was too many lights. It was causing a lot of visual glitches. And also all the little player cabs I put on the walls to prevent them from easily being destroyed by like taking out the player cab spot or say a solar panel, if they take out one block here, it won't destroy the whole wall. They have to destroy both ends to take out a wall section, which I think is at least tolerable. It's better than just taking one section out, getting a lucky takeout, and destroying the whole thing. But yeah, this has been one hell of a project. I've noticed something else, by the way. You don't really get much traction on the yellow blocks with your wheels, which means you probably don't get much traction on any blocks. You mostly just kick them around. So my guess is that because there's no traction on blocks, making a vehicle that's designed to carry other vehicles isn't really in the cards. It would be too hard and probably not really quite functional. I was thinking about that in one of my future designs. Like, in fact, more specifically, what I was thinking about was, like, when I made my super mobile base that I was planning on building, I would try and make a sort of like a method of like loading vehicles on board, and then trying to load a vehicle like this one on board it. Unfortunately, I don't think that's possible, just because I wouldn't be able to get onto it. I wouldn't be able to drive up the ramp that I designed for it in order to get on top of it and be carried around. So yeah, can't quite do that. Though I still can, like, I can still build a huge super base. But if I do build that super base, it's not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be building it in here or around here. I'm gonna take off like far away and build it, because I don't want it to be anywhere near this facility where it already is like down to, according to the top up to my recording setting, I'm getting like 10 to 15 FPS here, just because of all this stuff in this area. In fact, if I back up a little bit, yeah, I just hit like 5 FPS, and then I'm back up to 10-ish, 10, 15, and then if I move anywhere, it just goes down. This place, I am planning on building a few structures here, but those structures aren't going to be very big or magnificent. They will be what I need them to be, and that'll be about it. And then I'll have my base, and I can come here if I want to. But I'm probably going to end up leaving it, actually, because it lags quite a bit, and I wanted to build this base since I began, and it's been quite the challenge and a lot of fun. And finishing it off with some structures inside is pretty good, and then after that point, I think it'll be just a matter of probably designing things a little bit different from then on. I think next time I build a base, they're going to be much smaller than this. I'm going to probably build facilities that... Hey, wait a second. That wall is incomplete. Dang it. Well, at least I had a spare battery. And, are any of those other ones, like, showing as, like, incomplete in some way? No. Just that one wall. I don't know why that one wall is incomplete. Let's grab this battery. A spare radar. And I guess we'll grab the, no, it actually uses the, remote control cab, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one. The remote tech cab or whatever. I didn't know that wall was damaged. Over there. Yeah, see, it's like its shield dropped. All the others here are still active, and I think they last all the way until daytime, unless they've been attacked during the night and taking extensive damage during the night. Which is good, because that means I don't have to worry about them running out of energy during the process of defending itself from attackers and stuff. See here, that's the remote tech cab. Is that everything? I think that was everything, yeah. Then we'll just go ahead and put this on the wall. Yeah, right there. This guy needs a replacement piece here. Put the remote control stuff there, and there. And now that's all fixed up. And that shouldn't fail anymore while in operation. Yeah, that's pretty good. We got so much done. So much done. It's taken days of my time to build this darn wall place, but I set out to do it. I wanted to do it, and you probably experienced a really quick montage of me doing it, with maybe like brief intermittent periods where I stop and just pointed out something that happened that was very interesting or dumbfounding, like the blocks just floating in the air, and I'm like, oh no. Just froze. Just like frozen, like, oh no. No. That's great. That was pretty good. There was some pretty good stuff that happened there, and I'm glad it happened, even though it's kind of obnoxious. It proved to me some interesting factors of this game that just might be a little bit of a problem, worth noting at least. From now on, I'm probably going to build most of my vehicles so they are at least somewhat, not vehicles, my built stationary structure, so they are somewhat suspended in the air. At least slightly. Just so the blocks don't phase into the ground as much. Well, I mean for future bases. For this particular zone, I'm probably going to continue to use the same style I've used, putting the walls into the ground so they look like they're stationed in it. And I'm going to take this last structure here, right in the center of the base, apart and start utilizing its parts to build the final structures that I will place around the base, the interior of the base. But until then, this is the walls done. Next episode will feature me simply tearing up this thing apart and finishing up the project by building each individual structure, because the structures are going to be much faster to build, in my opinion, than the wall was. The wall was really expensive and time-consuming, and I've already got a lot of the yellow blocks involved that I want for the final base design. Mostly what we're going to be looking at is like some just simple detail purchases if I need to, and if I do need to take a momentary break to get more cash to finish the job, I'll just do some like harvesting around the area, which will also feature a montage of that probably. But yeah, I just wanted to finish this project, and it's done. It's done. It's complete. It's all done. It's all done. Woohoo! And this one vehicle has probably done the most of the work, because for the first two vehicles oh my gosh. Here. That guy. The Undragon was not worth it. Oh my gosh, the Undragon. That vehicle was a huge waste of resources and time. I mean, it was a mess. It didn't work very well. It looked cool. It looked cool, I'll admit, but it was very it was just bad. It caused enemies to spawn that made lag a almost continuous factor, because they were constant huge enemies that were often just as big as it was, or bigger. And the parts counts were absurd. It wasn't very well designed in its shielding and coverage, protection. It was just generally a bad design. I imagine it could be improved, but in this, I don't think I'm going to go through the effort of like buying it just so I can improve the design, because that thing was a monster and was ugly and time consuming and resource heavy. I mean, look at this, $542,000 to buy the darn thing. Good grief. My old base was not as expensive as that. Oh my gosh. I mean, my previous save old base wasn't as expensive as that. The Sand Dragon was pretty good, I'd say. It needed maybe some tweaking, I think, for the wheel section. Or at least the weight was kind of an issue. I think if I maybe improved the bottom with a bunch of hover drives, that might have evened out the problems it had and made it a little bit more stable. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's how it would have been improved and probably worked a bit better. I'm just going back over some of the stuff I've done so far. Trailblazer. I haven't really shown you that. That was one that I made with the SDA base. SDA is Silver Dragon Aerospace. It's something I've come up with on the side. But yeah. Man, an SOS base is like cheap coins for me at this point. But I can't get the Payload Studio. The Advanced Base Payload Studio. Oh, they're all by Payload Studio. It's like the Advanced Base. I can't get that. And I'm sad I can't get that. Because I don't have the parts it needs. What is it? What are the parts that you require? Ah, the 3-slot fabricator. I still don't have that. It's like nobody's got 3-slot fabricators. They are a rare commodity to come by. In fact, a lot of these parts have been, but at least now I got the 2-slot refinery, so I can make most of the basic materials. Most of the basic blocks, or maybe not. I guess the basic blocks, yes, but not any of these more advanced ones. What do I not have? I don't have the Mega Booster. I ran into one, but I couldn't quite get my hands on it because it blew up before I could grab it. I don't have the large silo or the 3-slot fabricator, and I don't have the fixed anchor, which I have never seen apparently. Because when I looked at those block spawners, they use the rotating anchor, not the fixed anchor. So I'm not sure where the heck I'm supposed to find a fixed anchor. I'm not sure if it's even available in the natural game at this point, because that seems kind of untouchable for me at this point. What do I not have? The Venture Co. I don't have boosters, fuel tank, two spoilers, the cab, or some of the light tools that they have here. Venture Light Bar, Safari Spotlight, Venture Rally Headlight. I haven't seen any of those. I'm a little disappointed at the lack of a number of these parts. And I have none of the cabs for any of these vehicles. I don't have the floodlights for the spotlight for the Geocorp. I encountered the bunny ears in my previous save, but I haven't found them in this one, or any of these other funny things that have been hanging around. I don't understand what this is for, this nonsense, but sure. I mean, it's there for nonsensical reasons, I'm sure, but that's all I've got to say. Yeah, sorry, I got carried away. That's the end of this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I have to get a good look at this base just from outside here. Yeah, there we go. Nice look at the base. Maybe a little bit further out, because I plan to zoom in a little bit. Get a little bit higher up, maybe. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that just, like, fantastic looking there? Just... Alright, well, yeah, like I said, that's that's the end of this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the montage of me building it. And I hope you enjoy the final stretch as I put in some basic infrastructure in here that isn't all clumped in a giant ball of material. And make it look kind of nice, like an actual, you know, base should look. And once that's done, I guess we'll be moving on to another task. But for now, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be recording. I said this a bajillion times. I'll be recording. Selenbo out.